Lesson 2. Clap your hands energetic to the rhythm.
Ooh, that's not that's task free game. Isn't it right? You don't know. It doesn't mean anything. That's weird. I've never seen someone do that. This is from 2011, but this run is just ridiculous. Did you hear that beep? I don't know why that happens all the time in this run. I don't know why, it's really annoying. And it's, like, again, you hear it. And like, what is that? I don't know. She records with ridiculously bad internet. The internet's horrible. That's another problem. The quality of these runs is unbelievably bad. There's nothing consistent about it. When I had my first run, actually it was like August, I want to say. Maybe September. I think it's August. Or maybe July. Yeah, I mean, this is reality. This is reality. You're completely right, Tudos, because the other thing Jaden was saying is that she's the type of person that is like, the game to her was how good of a run can you splice. It's not like how good is the fake run. It's not how the quality of the run. It's not how fast the run is. It's how well coded is it. How hard is it to detect. That was the game to her. 2011, 2013. I mean, unless you're talking about like when I was like a kid, or like I played this game every year as a teenager actually. Yeah, like this is the thing that most people don't like realize, like how extreme this shit is. Where it's like, and she was, I mean, obviously Krystal is pretty fucking extreme. Like everybody knows at least one thing we know is she's extreme. It's the same with Downtime Death when he's like, and that's the thing is like people. One thing about Downtime Death is they all assume that he would never do this. It's too extreme. What the hell are these guys talking about? Because what he did is he hooked his laptop up to a TV. He hooked his laptop up to a CRT and then played the video off the laptop to the CRT. And so he played a video on his computer on his CRT, and people just assumed that's too extreme. They would never do that. And then they actually said he's fine. Because of that, he actually said it's fine. Which to me is the problem, because this doesn't mean you're fine at all. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that you guys are stupid. And that's kind of the one problem I was having. And it's like annoying when people like Pearl Lapingus and like Screamo go like, you know what? If it wasn't for you, do I have actual playback file? No. No, nobody has anything. Except actually Oddity. Oddity knows something that nobody knows. Because, and actually, me and... It's possible Oddity was actually splicing this shit. He was tasking this shit, and he would just give her the file. You know, and she would find a way to do it. It's possible they were in on it together. Because what happened when Jaden said she was faking runs? Oddity said Jaden is overreacting. And then the whole link to pass click decides that, yeah, Krystal wants nothing. Krystal wants nothing. That's a problem. That's a problem. You know? I mean, maybe you could take a look at one of the billions of SMVs she made and didn't like. But that's just, I don't think how that. See, what that would mean. But like, do you see shit like that? That actually might be consistent. So I don't know. There could be consistent pixels. So actually, when you hook shot the front of the thing there, that's actually slower. So never mind. Her movement's actually really bad. That's something that like people kind of just ignore. Like it's not a keyboard thing. Because I played on keyboard for like 6 months. It's not a keyboard thing. It's just bad movement. It's not even bad. It's like lazy. She never pumped. She never cared about pumping. She never Her text smash is horrible. She always goes past doors and past walls, and it's like, I don't know. Like, these runs were not designed to be fast. They were designed to be cool. They're completely designed to be cool. It's like, this is just not a speed run. It's a fake run. You know, it's... But the thing is that Jaden was saying that, like, she was into the whole... Well, I'll show you some of the specific problems where it's just like it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense. Like, I never understood this, and it's like this is one of the things I just never understood. You know, like there's no benefit, and it's ridiculously easy to prevent. There's no benefit. It's insanely easy to prevent. Why is this in the run? I never understood it. Actually, especially if you can do all this shit with a good time for Iron Desert, 244, low 244. You can't get 243s. 245. I think any 244 is good. 245, low 245 is fine. Okay, so she can do these ridiculous things on keyboard and console, or emulator and keyboard, right? Ridiculous things. So okay, she has pretty good control over Link. This strat's actually slower, and there's no reason to ever do that. By the way, this is that's pretty funny. That strat. This is ridiculous. Like. She actually, no, she doesn't do an item dash on that. She does do a bow dash on that. One of these runs, she does a bow dash there. She does a cane dash also on to place a cane block down. Like, this is not. What are you doing? This stuff's so funny. I think it's slower. You want to place them. You want to place the bombs separately. Like, look, come on, look at this shit. Like, what the fuck, dude? This is a task, dude. Like, this is fake. That whole screen. So did you see that whole screen? That's exactly what I'm talking about. None of that made any sense. So maybe you want to dash first frame out of the door. Maybe she messed up and dashed late. Whatever. You don't want to stop this early. Maybe it's emulator lag. Whatever. You don't want to dash this far. Maybe it's emulator lag. But how is she doing all this crazy shit with the emulator lag? But if you stop your dash, you never go this diagonal, right? You never do that. And then also doing this early diagonal into the dash, that's actually not that bad. And I'm pretty sure if you do a diagonal, same frame you dash, it's slightly faster. In fact, doing that diagonal into a dash might be marginally faster. It is possible. Because no one's ever tested it. It doesn't make any sense. Like, this is unbelievably slow. This just loses time. And did you see how she stopped it, then did the diagonal into the chest? There's no reason to do that. Unless it's an emulator thing, you know? Unless it's an emulator thing. Everything in the world is an emulator thing. How is it an emulator thing? How are you doing helmet stars like this? No, there's nothing. I'm not finding bad stuff. I'm just criticizing Krystal. I gotta test the diagonal dash thing. I'm pretty sure it's slower, but I did runs from October to March almost every day. So about 5 months. I did play though on keyboard for April to October, and I didn't play that much, but I did play a lot. I did learn the route. I had a 145. So I mean, on keyboard, so I obviously played enough to have a 145. And I got like a 133 by end of October or something. And then I was gonna play I actually played on keyboard in high school. When I played this game in high school, I played on keyboard because I didn't have a controller. So I was like used to it. So not a whole lot, but yeah, that's the thing with the. I guess it could be easier, but it's just it's not even safer. Like that's actually not safer because you're losing. You basically just bleed frames on every single one. You're hoping it randomly saves time. It doesn't make any sense. Like how are you getting 1 frame dashes on that? You know, but you can't not go too far past the rail. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I think this is normal. Oh, she got hit. Okay, whatever. This is actually not particularly that hard. On emulator, it's significantly harder. I do think so, but it's I do all the time on console. So again, that actually the end also that's not particularly hard to do all the time. Actually, that's really bad home throw. That's like a 5-second timer. So this is actually smart. This is a real-time thing that people do not do. Still, people don't do. So she actually did have good movement, and actually, I learned a lot from movement. Stop your dash early, hit down, and then hit diagonal. It looks like she stopped her dash as a diagonal, which is weird. But yeah, you hit down, hit the rail, hit the wall. You always want to do this on the screen, so that's not unreasonable. Really early dash. See, okay, here's another thing where she went too low, and it's like, what the hell are you doing? If you hold diagonal on that screen instead of holding down, it's actually faster. It's the same speed in pass. It's faster in real time. It's a billion times easier. Like, okay, right here, like. You actually stop the diagonal and then rub it against this thing, right? So this loses like 10 frames. This is a big deal, and this is everywhere. And she probably saved 30 seconds on like just shitty movement. You know, assuming how consistent everything else is. Why is everything else so consistent? Why is the movement bad because it's hard to play an emulator, but everything else is perfect? It doesn't make any sense, and it's random little stuff too. Like everything's frame perfect. Is her golden sword run that she really wanted deleted off her channel? This one's especially, so there's nothing here to prove that it's not emulated. Let's watch this. Maybe I haven't seen this. Hey, look at this shit. Look at that. She only did one run. It was, you know, are we supposed to believe that that's reliable? It's not reliable. What the hell? If it hits you once, you're dead, right? There's no way that's reliable. It doesn't even make sense. Nothing about this makes any sense. You know? This is the other one. It's highly questionable. Right here, this frame perfect dash. This is absurd. This whole screen is absurd. This is task. Like that's just fucking task. Like, get out of here. That bomb jump. This is like Looney Tunes. This is Looney Tunes. This is a 1 frame dash. This is a you have 4 hearts. That's a frame roll too. Sometimes it hits the thing. Actually, it's probably pretty reliable there. Look at this shit. So if you go past that thing, you actually don't fall. That's real. And if you dash, you still don't fall. So she recognized she was too far past it. So she held right, landed on the pixel. Oh, it's fine, no problem. No, what the fuck, dude? It's too unbelievable. You'd have to be very good at this game to be able to do that in a run reliably. But why can't you do diagonals for dashes, or you know, for like the pod forest? Why do you overshoot these dashes? Why does that happen all the time? You know? Did you see that? This is not a practical real-time strat. Actually, it could be because of the magic. Thinking about it, she needs magic. This is just for show, guys. This is for show. This is entertainment. This is not a real thing. I do not believe in mistakes. Like, oh. Dude, Dom, I would not worry too much about that. Because you haven't been playing this game that much. And honestly, you're doing pretty good for how much you play. But, there's no knowledge, though. I mean, that doesn't make any sense is the problem. It's like, that's like pretty straightforward. You know? Like you can master real-time movement, but this is a very, like, obvious thing. But I'm interested in helping you out anyway. Like, I still am. The hell was that? I will say, these runs are fun to watch. They're really fun to watch. They're just fake. They're just fake. It's hard. Did you guys see this shit? Are you seeing that? You're telling me she can do that, but she can't do very basic diagonals almost everywhere. And this is like a thing that spans years. This is 2011 she did this run, right? So I'm criticizing the same movement problems in 2014. Like, you play the game for 3 years and you can't fix these movement problems, but you could do completely absurd feats like this on emulator? That doesn't make any sense to me. And it's not like it's not like it was she did 20 runs and this is just the best run. So if you look at my PBS, some crazy stuff, right? But it's like it's the best run out of hundreds, right? Where she only did 1 run. So that one time she did 4 runs. But I actually have my own curiosity about that, because never at any point does she play the credits on any of those runs. It's a streamless play. This is insane. Right there. Did you guys see that door thing? That's exactly what I'm talking about. This is like, this is stuff. Somebody, you give to somebody a controller, they've never played the game, they would not make that error. Yet they're doing impossible feats. There's absolutely no reason in any circumstance to do this. To even go for this. There's no reason to go for this. You're on a very good run. It's basically the best run ever done by anybody ever. Why would you even go for this? It's not saving time. There's inherent risk, and it saves 1 frame at best, and there's inherent risk. There's no reason to do this. This is what I'm talking about. This is everywhere. Just hold diagonal. You go up, you hold diagonal, and then when you press the door, you hold up. This is how easy this screen is. Why is this complicated? I have no idea. The thing is, playing on keyboard is very hard. So especially with like so laggy. So I really do think that actually a lot of this is done in real time, and so these stupid errors like this, of course they're in there, because one, she doesn't give a shit because it's fake, right? So when it's a fake run, you just run the orders, and you make smart, you control what you do pretty much. And 2, it's just physically hard to do, right? All the perfect shit is because it's re-recorded 1,000 times or something, you know? So you're telling me that this diagonal is totally intentional, even though it only loses time and is completely retarded. But this year's fight is justifiable, right? This is actually... This is fine. You know? Why not fix the fucking diagonal? I don't understand. This is fine. Yeah, this is fine. But, you know, the really obvious stuff, no, it's, I don't know. It's hard to hold a diagonal. I mean, clearly she has good control over her diagonals. Quite clearly. Like, she has very good control over Link. I mean, it's impossible to argue that she doesn't have exceptional control over Link. No, I was thinking this. Well, I've always wondered about these diagonals. I don't understand why her movement's so bad. Her movement's always exceptionally bad. I never understood that. I still don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Especially when you have task tools and you can do all this crazy stuff. And you have task tools at whim. And you apparently play 12 hours a day. But it's like basic movement stuff is just not... Like why would he dash there? That can't be real. Like, basic movement is unfounded. Let's check Molder. Maybe something stupid happens in Molder. You see this? This is not an easy strat, by the way. This is not an easy strat, any measure. You actually kill him though. Right. I think don't kill Molder either. Like, did he see that? Okay, well, you could argue it's bad movement. Or you could argue it's for the strat. You can do a perfect stair leg cancel there, but she went like a half high left. Which, I mean, I'll allow claiming that's the strategy, because back in the day, that's what people thought. You need to go like really far left. You know, you don't. Like, why? Did you see how she went like a tile right? There's no reason to do that. It's slower. And it's not just that it's slower. And she can do stuff like, did you see that fire snake dash? And then she checks this red snake. But then she moves a tile right. Like, I mean, I guess you could. I do that all the time. It's a Blue Sandia. It actually says. Well, it doesn't say it. No. How old is it? It's from 2011, I think. Probably. So I mean, I get, honestly, I suppose you could. Wait a minute. You could argue that moving right was to avoid the guy, even though you're clearly past it. You could argue it. I think it's justifiable. Do you see how late she starts all these dashes? That's another thing that you guys, it's just like, that doesn't make, you're losing time for no reason. You can do that dash, that's not a problem. That's not a problem. But, you know, dashing a frame after the cutscene ends, which is not that hard. Nope, that's possible. I mean, maybe this stuff is real. Maybe this is real. This is for fun. It's just for fun. This is Krystal's Golden Sword run from 2011. PB, her Golden Sword PB that... Now that I'm starting to question the legitimacy of her as a speedrunner, I'm re-looking at these videos, and I just don't trust this person. What makes you? Are you watching this? She has 1 heart, by the way, dude. This whole Hellway, she has 1 heart. This whole everything, this all is done with 1 heart. Oh, dude, you're not alone, Barnell. You're not alone. She can't get hit here. If she gets hit, it runs pretty much over. No Sank Heart, by the way. There's no Sank Heart. Why would you get that? Why did you go too far past the chest? This is what I was talking about. It's just like... This is a joke, dude. This is a joke, right? That's just for fun. She did that intentionally for fun. Wouldn't you mostly have good movement? Why? Why would you? Why? You sound like you know what you're talking about. I'm all for all or nothing mindset too, but it wasn't all or nothing. It was all. There was no nothing, right? She won every race she did. Everyone is either a PB or it was very, very well executed. She did no damage. Well, I mean, think about it. If somebody was intentionally making a fake run to deceive people, would everything be perfect or not? I mean, think about it. You're trying. The goal is to deceive people. The goal is not to have a, logical progression. There's no logical progression. The goal is deceit. This is done. A lot of this is done in real time. It is real stuff. Yeah, so she basically can't take damage here, right? She can't take damage here. If she takes damage here, she dies, right? She can't take damage. No worry about the Moldorm. That's a frame roll. That's a frame roll. That Moldor goes through you, you'll die sometimes. That's not a consistent thing. Okay, well, just can't take damage in Thieves. That's not that big of a deal. Again, goes way too far past that the tree. Like, I mean, I don't know, guys. Could be real. She can't take damage. Remember, she can't take damage. She can't take damage or she dies, and the run is over. Right? Can't take damage. Maybe that's why she goes so low before she starts to dash. Maybe that's why. I'm all for it. I think that makes sense. We've already seen this. I think it makes. That's why she would stop on this bullet because she has 1 heart. I really do think that makes sense. I mean, honestly, it's real. Bone's not gonna hit you anyway. This is congruent safe. That's safe. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. Horrible, that's horrible. You know, and you know why that movement's bad? Because if you literally hold diagonal, it's faster. There's no reason to do this weird sneaky trap. I think that, yeah, I'll give you some pointers, dude. I'll give you some pointers. No, I think she did. I watched a Kana burner run with Sankheart skip, which is only doable if you never take damage on the overroll, and you have about 9 frames of leniency on grabbing the Kana burner. You have about 9 frames of leniency, or something like that. And you can't take any damage on the overroll on Death Mountain. And so in a race, she skips Sankheart with a 19-0 record. Does that make any sense to you guys? Does that make any sense? Like, is this a real thing? Like, think about this. Think about this. Really think about that. Does that make any sense at all? Does that sound like someone who's playing safe and conservative? Does that sound like an all or nothing playstyle that worked out 20 times in a row, by the way? I mean, you're allowed to believe her. Believe me, you're allowed to believe her all you want. I am not. That is not my objective here. This is not Downtown Death. There is no proof that she's a fake. There is no evidence. There is no proof, and it's quite possible there will never be proof that these are fake runs. If you want to believe they're real, go believe they're real and tell everybody you know that they're real. That's not my objective here. Dom, I actually usually get like 255, like 255.1. That's like a good Desert World. You can get 243s. It's very rare because you need pretty much every RNG lag to be in your favor, and then you also need pretty much every slope dash. So it's very rare to get 243. I did once, I think, like once. I mean, 245 is like generally what you want. Plus, if you are on the UFO, I'm guessing it's lagging, but maybe using the game saver so the lag cuts it alive. The practice hack is not 100% accurate regardless. I think he's saving quite here soon. Yeah. I hope this is the bufferless fake flippers. That's my favorite. It's not actually that unreasonable. Like, it's just, I don't know. The ice palace is just ridiculous. I think these are very entertaining to watch. They're very entertaining ones to watch. This is also a very old run. But like, this is a problem. This run actually is terrible, like honestly, it's fucking awful, garbage. How are you doing that? Get out of here. Here's the thing. There's no reason to ever go for that. There is zero reason to ever go for that because having 3 and 4 hearts, there's no difference. Actually, you have the beams, which is why she did it. This is all task, right? There's no reason to ever go for that dash because one, the conveyor is going left anyway. Just to make sure. Well, you can't trust the young speedrunners. They're all dumb. Like, that's part of the problem. That's part of the problem. And like everybody backed her back in the day. Everybody wants things to be real. You can't trust the idiots. And she has like a lot of power in the community. So there's problems beyond directly are these legitimate or not. There's no reason to go for this. There's only the floor is scrolling left. So if you walk with this floor as it's scrolling left, you speed up, right? So this saves maybe like 10 frames. Another problem is that it's a 1 pixel thing, right? And so we have to assume she cannot play. She's not playing very precise because of the emulator. But pretty much nothing she's done in this run, except for all the hard screens, is precise. None of the dashes are precise. None of the walking is precise. A lot of really dumb errors, right? Nothing's actually precise. Or frame accurate. Nothing's frame precise, right? Except for all the hard stuff, like Hellway and the dash before the anti-fairies, Vitreous, Cold Stare. The frame rule on the Skullhead's Bomb Jump. Skullhead's Bomb Jump itself. That's fine. You know, all perfect, all frame perfect, impossible feats. That's all fine. But the walking is impossible. But again, we get another situation. In real time, you would never go for this. What you would do is grab the key, ignore the heart, hold left, and you're fine. You'd save way faster. She goes for the heart, which is fine. But even if you went for the heart, it's still faster to go left, get the key, and just walk over, right? If you go for this dash and you don't get it, you have to readjust to get the dash. And there's not clear visual cues, right? So this is like basically an impossible feat. But somehow she gets it. But it's not just she gets it, she goes for it. And then this is just absurd, right? None of this makes any goddamn sense, right? And then this bomb jump also makes no sense. It's like nearly impossible to do that. No one's ever going to do that at run. But in the walking she can't do it. It just makes no sense. You know? You can do impossible frame perfect strats on bomb jump, but you dash too far past the door. Why are you dashing too far past the door? You know, again, this is another absurd screen. She gets the freeze. I don't know exactly why that happens. If you do it at spin speed, I know that happens, but she didn't spin speed there. If you pause, it happens. I'm sure there's some kind of like you do an input 1 frame before you let go of the speed and it locks you. I actually don't know though. Oh, come on, like what the hell is this garbage? We saw this earlier. Oh yeah, there's a lot of an unbelievable amount of improv swag and frame rolls and actually just flat out impossible stuff. Again, the big problem here is Jaden said this stuff's fake. I do not believe any of it. It's all fake. I do not believe any of it. Jaden says that a lot changes, and people are gonna pretend that we used to believe her. I'm just starting a witch hunt. Oh, believe me, I'm starting a campaign, dude. Believe me, I'm starting a fucking campaign. No, Jaden saying these are fake is a big deal. How many fake runs are there in speedrunning? EXO is the best example. Todd Rogers! Todd Rogers is the best example, right? So this whole it's not fake bullshit, get out of here. That is clown level stuff, dude. This is my favorite thing, dude. 2011 world record. Look at this Gannon, dude. She misses the cycle. She misses the fucking 2-1 cycle. So this is in 2011. I'm guessing they were garbage again. You know what's funny? She actually never made any money off donations, except Oddity donated $20. That was the only donation she ever got, apparently. Alright, later, DT. Yeah, Jaden said, so Velius never said that. That screenshot you saw, that's not from Velius. Velius posted that saying Jaden said it. Jaden himself both said it. He said it on his Facebook. He said it in their Click Discord. And Velius posted it. So it's actually a public thing. This is actually a public thing. This is not me saying this. This is a public thing started by Jaden. That's another interesting thing. But why have you not heard about any of it? And why am I the only person talking about it, right? When it's not actually me and it's entirely from Jaden. This is Jaden's battle. It's not mine. It's not my battle. It's Jaden's battle. So why have you not heard about it? Think about that. Think about that. You know, Jaden, he had a whole thing on the Link to Pass Discord. And what did the Link to Pass Discord, the fake Link to Pass Discord, what did they say? Super Splooge said, we're not going to remove our times based on a claim that they're fake. While the claim is substantial, it's also could be motivated by personal issues, and therefore we're not going to remove times. I'm like, are you an idiot, dude? Did you look at the runs at all? Do you know anything about this game? Do you play this game? Like, can you think for about 2 seconds? These runs have no competency. There's no legitimacy to these runs. There's zero legitimacy. And in fact, the truth is, if they are fake and you remove the times because they don't look fake, they don't look real by any measure, that's a good thing. That still warrants the times being off the leaderboard, right? If these runs turn out to be real, which would be pretty easy to prove, I'll put them back on the leaderboard. Problem solved. Problem solved. No issues. That's never going to happen. Keeping fake runs on the leaderboard because your ridiculous ideals is just stupid. It's just dumb. Look at this shit. This is... She does all this for entertainment value. It's all for entertainment. She has 3 cave spins. So this is a 2-frame window, and there's no visual cue for it. There's no audio cue. Actually, there's an audio cue, but I don't think she used it. There's no visual cue for it. It's just dumb luck. And it's a 2-frame window. If you do it too early, you're fucked. If you do it too early, you lose almost 10 seconds. Like 6 to 10 is really bad. She gets that one. No issue. Gets this one. No issue. I don't know. Randomly misses a spin. I don't know why. She gets another one right here. That was the spicy. I guess the third case spin. Hey, no problem. Let's get a perfect game dash also. You guys want to watch Downtime Death runs? Compare and contrast. Maybe I'm wrong, guys. Maybe I'm crazy. Are any runs, any gameplay ever look similar to this? Can you guys think of anything in history, speedrunning history, that looks similar to this? I can think of a few runs. And we're gonna look at some. Runs that are very similar to these runs. Oh baby, here's a good one, dude. Oh, this is the worst quality you're gonna see. Ugh. Yeah, this is in 2015. A guy named Elderize made fake runs on. He just edited. He just played a video. And yeah, we'll watch some of these. They're pretty funny. Yeah, this is pretty much similar to Krystal. So this is nothing new. This is terrible, by the way. And this guy was pretending. So this guy, and I think he does this strat right here, which is just like, this is like, so this isn't actually hard. That's actually consistent. This guy's been playing this game, this category. He has a 3-hour time, and then a week later, it was his first run ever. His first run of this category ever. He'd been playing a different category, and he had a pretty decent time in that category. And so he does one run of this game, and he has a 3-hour time. I think a week later or a month later. No, it must have been a week later or 2 weeks later. He does a run, and it's a 130 in a race. A week after that, he does another run, and it's a 128. So he's pretending to be very bad right now. He actually is very bad at this game. His movement's terrible. His strats are all terrible. There's nothing good here. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is the same as Krystal. It's exactly the same as Krystal, actually. Look at this. Look at this. This is literally Krystal. This is the only thing that looks like Krystal. I'll show you Downtime Death. It's the same deal. Look at this arrow. That's a frame roll. That's not a reliable strat. That's not nobody in their right mind would do that. Yeah, I think Grizzlies Greenies. This run is tasked, and I think the movie end is at the end. You can see the movie end of there. Little fucker. So Krystal's not this stupid. Okay, no, you actually can't see it. Actually. No, it must have been a different one. It must have been the 120, the 130 that had the movie end. But yeah, this is maybe I think Desert was or Lane was bad. But yeah, this is exactly the same as Krystal, and it's like it's the same thing. Horrible gameplay, horrible movement, but like prophetic ability to play the game, right? The only difference is Krystal did it on a way more extreme scale. Way more extreme. This guy's also a lot worse, so these runs are less entertaining. This guy's movement's better than Krystal's. That's the sad part. His movement's better than... How is his movement better than Krystal's movement? Explain. Think about how that makes any sense. Well, yeah, most of it's done in real time. Most of it is done in real time. It's just that you re-record the crazy shit. It's very easy to emulate. So, like, you don't need to do well. That's why, like, Blue Sentio, I don't know why he was asking that. Because, like, I honestly, you have to wonder, is he even serious? Will one of their movement be perfect, too? It doesn't make any sense. No, you're trying to deceive people. You're not... Well, hell, that's how many splits. He changed his splits right there. Did you notice that? Oh, so yeah, he's comparing to his PB right now. So I mean, he's not playing. He's looking. He's fucking changing his splits. He's changing his splits in the middle of Moldorm. Look at this shit. Yeah, you just flickered. Look at the splits. Okay, okay. I mean, I guess you're waiting for Moldorm to blow up. You know? No, you're walking. You're not waiting for. You're walking right now. How do you do that? The only way to do that is to click Edit Splits and then go to your splits and manually do it. What's going on? This guy is just stupid, but the input display down here, it's a video. It's all recorded. The thing is, too, you can freeze this shit at any point. You know, it's not hard to. I'm playing an emulator. It's not hard to do a dash. Like in the middle of a dash, hit the pause button on your emulator. Frame advance 2 frames to go exactly where you want. Make a save state, and then do anything you want to do. You can do whatever you want to do from there. You can do this. You can do this in the middle of the cold stare fight, right? Poke a cold stare. He's about to kill you. Hit a save state. Manipulate the frame rules so you don't get hit. Congratulations, dude. You've done Ascendant gameplay. Let's find some really stupid shit, like fucking. I don't know. Like that's easy to do. That's not a skill. that's not a this is just good RNG. This is the type again. This is the type of shit where it's like I don't know. That wasn't even good. It's problematic. I mean, we were talking earlier. Pokemon just flat out banned it. It's just stuff like this where it's like, dude, this is fake. Like you just did that for free. Like that's, or what they'll do is they'll do it in real time, and they're like, that was cool. All right, throw it in there, make a save state. Let's play from there on. Oh, did you see that? Did you guys notice that? Nearly impossible movement. Of course, do the select buffers to make sure. This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You make the save state. You pause. You make a save state. Look what happens here. Okay, I was wrong. I was wrong. Yeah, it's true. It sounds like I'm over eager here. This guy's run's actually like this is 100% fake. Like there's no there was no debate about that. Like you guys think he's gonna die? This is a race, by the way. Okay, no, I've freaking. It's bad. I really do think this run is so shitty that there's like nothing interesting. This is like a very bad run. Oh yeah, he hovers, of course. He's actually slower to do that. Yeah, it's a bad run. I mean, the guy's a bad player. He was terrible at the game. Let's look at the no EG run because that one might be more interesting. It's shit like this. Like what the? Are you kidding me, dude? That's not a strat. There's no strat here. That's just tasks, dude. This is his third run ever, by the way. Ever. So obviously he has no idea how to do Mothula. He has no clue. So that one he can't like do a bad version of and then be like call it good enough. He had to just hard task of Mothula. What is this strat, dude? This is Krystal. Wait a minute. Haven't we seen this before? Didn't we see this somewhere before? Wait a minute. You went by the spike on a frame roll? That's actually impossible to do half the time. And then did a perfect dash pretty much everywhere. And then another near perfect miss. Oh, but you messed up a door. Therefore, it's real, right? According to Blue Sentia, it's completely fine. This is probably real because he actually could hover. What are you doing, dude? Ajneb was... You know the one reason I don't think Ajneb is a cheater? Even though I hate that guy, and I actually think he's a prime candidate because he's a slimy dirtbag. Because he was so pissed off. When this guy beat him in the race, he was pissed off. He fucking mad. And he did not think... Actually, you know, I don't know. Because... When I originally said Elderize was splicing, I said Elderize is splicing. I have proof. And he was in the race. This is during the weekly. I have proof. And after, or maybe it was after the weekly, I said. It was after the weekly or something like that. The hovering's real, because he played no EG. He played no EG, and you had to hover in no EG, so that's why he'd hover everywhere. So, Ajneb lost that race to Elderize, and then after the race, I said Elderize is splicing. This is a fake run. And Ajneb actually then posted the actual proof, where at the end of his 129, I think it was, there's a video end thing. Which I always thought was curious, because I'm like, how did Ajneb know that? How did he know that? And my proof of the guy was discredited then. It was disregarded. Yet, when did he suspect this guy? Why did he suspect this guy? Ask me that. Because originally it was not Ajneb, it was me. It's me and Xanadux. Ajneb was not in the picture. Ajneb lost to him. I said this guy's splicing. And about 10 seconds later, Ajneb posts a screenshot of the end, which is real. And I was like, wait a minute, what? I don't trust Ajneb at all. The guy has done dirty things specifically to me. He's a manipulator. He's one of these social manipulators. I do not trust that guy at all. I'm not saying he's splicing runs. In fact, does he have any good runs to splice? Well, except for his Final Fantasy 7 and 8 runs that he did very good on very early on. And he needed that for financial stability. But I'm not saying he spliced. I'm just saying it's weird that he knew that where the splice was. And the guy has been known to just make people, to deceive people, so... But the thing is, he was like legitimately pissed off that Elderize beat him in that race. So what I guessed was that when I said, "Hey, Elderize is faking runs," Ajneb said, he was very pissed off. He immediately went to the past broadcast, went to the end of the run, saw that he was just lucky. That's what I'm guessing. You gotta wonder. But no, but the thing is, you gotta wonder who's splicing. Like, who's splicing? Because a lot of people are. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not here to go run a witch hunt. Everybody's splicing runs. But, yeah, I don't think like everybody's splicing runs. This guy needed money, and therefore he practiced a game that's not particularly competitive. And it was pretty reasonably decent at Link Pass, but it's like every day. Oh, well, it turns out this run's fake. Oh, it turns out this run's fake. Oh, this guy's a scumbag, and it turns out his runs are fake too. So. Yeah, this was his no EG run. It was actually second place. And this was his justification for why he got a 128 so quickly. And we're gonna skip past the bullshit because this run's insanely boring. And it's just blue too. Also, that's great. Is it ever not blue? Like it's. DTD's blends were spliced. Yeah, most likely. I mean, it's possible they're it's possible they were done in emulator, and then he converted that to console using the SD to SNES. Like we have no idea how he spliced. Because it wouldn't be that hard. I mean, he's always played an emulator for one. It's not that hard to play an emulator with a controller, and like it looks pretty similar, and so you just kind of cheat on it. Like it's not that hard. It wouldn't take that long to make a figure in. Plus, he knew how to play videos from his laptop at least. So yeah, the video showing the console was fake. So right, so the yeah, it wasn't actually the console. Yeah, this also has Gifted with Greenies also, but yeah. Also has Gifted with Greenies, which he loved that strat. Just like horseshit. I'm sure it has the good. Does it have the good Armus too? Yeah, also has a good Armus, which yeah, we have no idea. Well, I'm sure he told the Link to Past click, but they refused to acknowledge or talk about the fact that their best friend is splicing runs. Yeah, you would think. You know what happened? You know what happened when he found out he was spliced? Completely swept the rug, threw it under the rug. No issue. No one cared. And the very, 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 very slightest hint that it wasn't sliced, they all jumped on it immediately. And then for about a month and a half, it continued because they all gave up, even though he was still so he kept splicing runs, which is why I'm so against this click, because it's any sort of like legitimacy. It does not matter. It does not exist. It does not matter. It's entirely about who do we care about in the click, who's valuable in the click. I'm guessing most of these clips are just frame perfect, and there's not the clips are some real bullshit anyway. So. Let's see if there's anything good in Ganon's Tower. Yeah, honest to God, like, it's very sad to watch people that I thought had morals do that, and then see them slowly decline over the past year and a half since then. Is they all also completely disregarded anything questionable he did in the past. Everything he did in the past. Did you guys see that right there? Did you guys notice this? This is exactly what Krystal did. Yeah, this is exactly what Krystal did. Yeah, completely disregarded any of his previous questionable runs, right? So, do you see this error right here? That's not easy to do. And then look at this. What the? Did you guys see that? That's exactly what Krystal did. That's half of her screens. Let's watch this again. Look at that. And then overshoots the door, misses the diagonal, walks through the, loses like 15 frames. How? Atrocious movement. I mean, completely atrocious movement. Messes up the strat so badly, doesn't get hit by a spike. You actually don't get hit if you do that. That is a thing. But you just can't trust these people. Of course, perfect RNG. Why would he do that? Oh my god, dude. Messes up perfect RNG. Because this actually does not have perfect RNG. Just has very interesting RNG. Nice. Get out of here, dude. This is identical. This is Krystal's run. It's the same run. We've seen this run. How many times have we seen this run? Right? How many times have we seen that? Were we just watching this? Is this not Krystal's alt account? Is this not Krystal's alt account? Look at this bullet. Look at this bullet. Look at this. Why would you go near that? I mean, really think logically. Why would you go anywhere near that? And the ground doesn't hit him. No. This is a god run, by the way. This is like a perfect run. And he can't do diagonals. Why can't he do basic diagonals? That's fine. It would be interesting. Compare Zelda's run and my run. Mine and Zelda's gameplay is actually pretty similar. It's not that different. And the truth is, Jaden's gameplay is very different. I think just because Jaden has specific problems, and I think if you remedied Jaden's gameplay in the same way that my gameplay was remedied in January, February, March, you would see the same consistency. Same consistency, same methodology. So one thing about Zelda's run is he has very, very, very good movement. And it's consistent. Where these fake runs have no consistency. Really bad hover, by the way. That's like really slow. But he's nervous. Well, what happened about the landbow? I mean, he almost died 4 times on landbow. He almost died in Gauntlet. What about the spike? What about Ganaball Z? I mean, was he nervous there? I mean, what happened there? Atrocious movement. Probably lost 20 frames on that screen. Absolutely atrocious. I mean, he's okay. He can't be fucking nervous here. Half heart Ganon. I mean, he's nervous, right? He's nervous, right? So I don't think this is gold, but he saves a shit ton of time. Oh, dude. I'm hoping he does the bonk strat. Yeah, okay. This is pretty reliable. It's definitely not like, you know... Obviously it's fake, and it is a fake run. It's not the most reliable thing in the world, but it's not like... unbelievable. It was funny, when this video posted, within the first 3 minutes, me and Xanadux were talking on, I don't know, RC, and we were saying, would it be funny if this run is fake? And I was like, yeah, it would be kind of funny. And they were like, well, we'll see if he does... We'll see how he does. No warps. We'll see how he does. And then it was like, okay, if he does Gifted with Greenies, yeah, look at this shit. If he does Gifted with Greenies, his internet went down, actually. If he does Gifted with Greenies, then, you know, it's going to be questionable. And then he did that. It's like, well, if he does his Armas, and then he did that. Well, if he gets the Ganon's Tower on PB pace, then it's questionable. And then he does that. And then it's not the Ganon. We're like, this is fake, dude. What the hell? Like we didn't think it was fake. We just randomly were watching him at like 7 a.m. or something, 9 a.m. That's the only good interaction I ever had with that guy. Honestly, I don't think he's the worst guy in the world. He's just like every other speedrunner, you know. Kind of morally ambiguous. Doesn't really give a shit. Low conviction. And honestly, most speedrunners... There's a guy named Elderize who made fake runs in 2015, January 2015, and late 2014. This is second place in this category at the time. What a good run, guys. What an amazing run. Gold Ganon. Half heart Gold Ganon and Spice. That's ridiculous. No credits. Yeah, there's no credits, and this is another thing that Well, wait a minute. Why would Krystal splice and task all these runs? Well, Elderrise is doing it. What did Elderrise do after this run? He did another run. Let's watch. He literally starts up another run. So is Krystal tasking that far-fetched? It actually looks like it's far-fetched that it's real. To me. Why did anybody believe this shit? That's what I want to know. I believed it too. You guys, I'm not asking you guys. I was more in on this shit than anyone else, except Jaden. Jaden was at the top. I would say I'm up number 2. Number 2 to 5, because there's a list of people like Cypher, Barnow, who else? MBD, you know. There's a list of people, but I'm up there. Yeah, I know she did a run in January 2013. Yeah, right here. No credits. No movie. Oh, come on, dude. I don't know enough about emulator tools, but you can't have that. You can't have that randomly pop up. Let's see. Oh, you know what? No, you know what? That's not random. No, that's because Xanadux asks him to do another run with this not on. Xanadux specifically asked him, "Hey, turn the frame counter on." I'm curious. Thinking about it, Jaden knew. I'm not gonna put it past Jaden. I'm honestly not going to. I legitimately think he thought it was real. I legitimately think he thought it was real. At this point, we don't know what. We have no fucking clue what's real and what's fake. We have no fucking clue. Oddity is another question. Oddity is a whole other. What the fuck is Oddity? Who is that guy? How does this guy figure? There is nobody in speedrunning like that guy. Nobody. How does this? He's not. There's no comparison. And you could argue, well, what about taskers? What about glitch hunters? Yeah, sort of. Sort of. She played the game a lot. She knew a lot about the game. She did play the game a lot. You cannot. He's not Elderrise. This is not an Elderrise level cheater. This is an extreme. This is an extreme cheater, dude. And actually, what the fuck? I wish this wasn't blue. It'd be a lot nicer. Yeah, so he does a run. Sandy Dex asked him to do a run or something, or maybe he just, I don't know. Maybe he's gonna do a second run. I don't know. It's considerably worse. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, like look at this garbage. Like notice how much worse this is. He dies and gets to the greenies. It actually just goes to show how hard of a strat it actually is. Not that this Eastern's any good, and I think he's losing like. This is what happens when you don't task. This is what happens when you don't task, and then what happens is fear sets in. Fear sets in your brain, and then indecision sets in your brain, and you're like, well, what do I do? Should I really go for this? Should I really go for this? You know? And you never have to make that question when you toss. When you make a fake run, you never have to make that question. But when you're actually playing the game, suddenly you got to think about these things. And you see him, he dies in the next screen. And see, do you see that? This is what real gameplay is. Z-Wing, I'm going to disagree with you on one thing. I don't think this whole hard YOLO thing, it doesn't exist because you cannot hard YOLO this. You cannot hard YOLO this. Why would somebody do that? You know, and this is real. This is real. This is what happens. This is when there's indecision. You don't know, should I do this or not? Can I do this? Should I do this? You mess up, and then do you see what happens when he gets hit? He doesn't know what to do here. He doesn't know what to do here, and he tries to go back for the pot, and he doesn't believe in himself, and he goes for this pot. Doesn't know what to do, and this is reality, right? This is a reality, yet if we go back to his Landmo 2 fight, it's unbelievable. Unbelievably good. Yet when he's playing the real game, what happens? He chokes on this strat, and it's a hard strat. Yeah, I hear you. I'm just why none of that made any sense. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I'm playing the reality card, you know. Well, I think you do agree with me. I think you do understand what I'm saying. And I think because this is beyond aggressive. This is beyond you know, this is like perfect. It's unbelievable. It doesn't make any sense, you know. To me, I don't see how anyone could believe this stuff. In the year 2017, with the experiences I have, it's impossible. It's impossible. Look at this. This is what happens when you splice or you task. You know, there's no risk. Where's the risk? He does the rest of the game with half a heart, and he saves 16 seconds. This is what Krystal does. This is literally Krystal, and then this is what he looks like when you take the task tools away, and you can see up here, no movie. There's no task tools. And if you guys think this is hyperbole, this is confirmed. This is all confirmed. Well, I actually I do know what you're saying too, because look at my Palace of Darkness gold. Look at my Ice Palace gold. I was playing super reckless during both of those splits, and they're both gold splits. I was playing super reckless, and I did some ridiculously unbelievable stuff. I did some very, very, very good stuff, and actually, I did some very good stuff in a bunch of my runs. I have some very cool things I've done, so it is. I've not experienced that. But this isn't that at all. You know? This is just like... It's just nuts, dude. I want to shoot Downtime Death, though. I have a fucking folder for every splicer. I have a folder for Zelda, too. Please, please, God, don't tell me that's going to happen. Please, I never want it. Downtime Death and Krystal and otherwise, whatever. We don't care about this guy. Downtime Death was a big. Honestly, God, I did not want to see that. I did not want to face that reality. That's my Discord. But I do. I'm just patching now. It wasn't intentional. Downtime Death was intentional. Krystal wasn't. Elderrise was, to be fair. Yeah, let's watch this fucker's fake ass runs. It's actually my favorite folder because it's the biggest one. So these runs are actually very different than the Elderrise. Yeah, weird. Glad Jonas. It's free money, dude. This is a very hot topic. This is a hot topic. Probably Mario 64. They had, you remember Akira and fucking ATM Pass? That ATM Pass guy is a splicer. He actually was a splicer. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This guy is a splicer. Right? Right? Isn't it a splicer, right? It's just filled with unbelievable, impossible, perfect stuff in very low quality, which is, I don't know. Do all the link to path splicers trying to make after they like realize? Is that how these link to path splicers exist? They realize Krystal's runs were fake before everybody else, and they're just like, oh well, this is all I need to do, make it really flashy, and make the quality really bad. That's all I need to do, right? Is that what is that what goes through their mind? No, I swear this guy's a splicer. I remember talking to Sig, and he said ATM Pass changed his name, is a splicer. And this is Toast Rider. I'm pretty sure this is Toast. And they're best friends. And it's like, why? But he's a moderator on this leaderboard. So that's, to me... That, to me, is far worse than the link to pass. I will gladly admit it. What's up, Ami? How you doing? I will gladly admit this squad is way worse than the Link to Pass squad. In fact, I cleaned up the Link to Pass squad a little bit. This is way worse. I'm making a video on this. I'm probably making a video on this shit. I'm like, why the fuck is it? How do you have a moderator as an actual splicer? A confirmed splicer? How insane do you have to be have that as a leaderboard? So, this is a fake run. Actually, this was one of the 2 runs that was proven fake. We just assumed the rest were fake. Damn, that's brutal, dude. That's brutal. Let's see if there's anything cool. Oh, I got fucking 2 bucks. How is this proven fake? Oh, I'll show you actually. Yeah, so this run was proven fake and his 124.19 is proven fake. It's possible I'm wrong on this one. It could have been his 24.10, but he had 1 webcam run that was proven fake, and he had 2 webcam runs. So it's possible, actually, this run was not proven fake. But if it wasn't, I'll just show you the one that was. On webcam, by the way. So there goes anybody's theory that it's too complex, you go out the fucking window. That goes completely out the window. Which I've always wondered about these theories, like Blue Sentio's theory that, well, what if it was a fake run? Wouldn't the movie be perfect? Like, wait, this is not a theory, dude. This is not a coherent statement. You know, this isn't a statement that somebody out of high school should be making. Like, how can you come up with that as a thought? Yeah, Dante does. He was more in the don't make any mistakes and have horrible movement everywhere, and just don't make any errors, which is really easy if you have the freedom to choose what goes into the run, right? So this is atrocious. This is just an atrocious split. You almost always get hit on that. Like that, I'm surprised. Yeah, and there's no controller audio, too. That's my favorite part. There's no controller audio. There's webcam audio. You can hear the TV from the webcam. So there is webcam audio. Why is there no controller audio? Like, how is that? That's not possible. Like, that's not actually a possible thing. If the controller audio is very low, you should still be able to hear it on Audacity. Audacity can pick up frequencies that are unbelievably low. So you should be able to hear it in Audacity. But there's no controller audio in Audacity. So when this video was leaked, the entire Link to Past community, and I can show you the actual text to prove it, they all decided that he was validated. He was validated. When this run, when he did this run, he was validated, even though there's no control audio. And they actually did a run. The Link to Past community actually did a celebration webcam race. Zelna, Canis Rolls Deep, who, by the way, in June, Canis Rolls Deep started flaming me hard for no reason. Oh, look, he's shaking. He's shaking. That's what he did that for. To prove he was shaking. Legitimately, actually, it's a real thing. After this run, Canis Rolls Deep, Zelna, I think it was Joe, D'Amelio, I think it was Blunt and one other person. They all did a race with webcam to celebrate the legitimacy of this run. Absolutely, and 6 months later, or no, a year and a half later, Canis Rolls Deep is flaming me on YouTube. In Twitter for God knows why. God knows why. He starts flaming me because I say Downtime Death and his friends are corrupt. And he starts flaming me. Yet he was one of the people that was celebrating this being a real run, when it's impossible to be real. And I do think this is the actual... Yeah. Actually, maybe you can tell it's fake. So it's really hard to tell because of the visuals. Yeah, I think this one is conveniently. He got lucky in this one. He got lucky, right? Yeah, this one's better. Same deal. You can see his arm. So right here, and it's pretty clear in this. What is my opinion on that? I think he's dumb. I think the guy is insanely stupid when it comes to making decisions outside of the speedrun. He makes very good decisions in the speedrun. He makes very good decisions in the speedrun. I really do strongly think Zelda is the best speedrunner. Outside of the speedrun, he's made countless horrible decisions. He's the guy who put Downtime Death's runs back on speedrun.com after they were proven fake. And he technically put a different run on there. What? That doesn't help anything. Probably, dude. Probably, which is like, to me, that doesn't help anything. That's worse. That's the level of moderation of your leaderboard. That doesn't do anything. That doesn't mean anything. So, glad Janice and anybody who's watching. It's really hard to tell, but a lot of people spent a lot of time double checking this because they are all sucking Downtime Death's boner so hard that they, instead of realizing this is obviously fake, spent about a week. Yeah, see this first fire bat? So there's a little bat right there. This cannot spawn right here. It's not possible to spawn right here. This can only spawn, it's like right here or something. Unless Ice Arbos, the fight is extended. That's the only way. And then there's a second version. If you die and you die again and you save and quit, the bat spawns in a unique position. So two of his runs, one of them, the bat spawned in that death position. It can only get there if you die to Ganon. And then another one spawned right here. I'm pretty sure this is the one that has the extra Ice Armos. Well, this run doesn't have an extra Ice Armos, so it's not possible, right? So that's what they put a lot of time into, like task work. And like they looked at the code just to be sure. And they were like, okay, by the end of it, they're like, okay, well, we looked at all the code and we looked at 50 runs. They literally looked at 50 runs, all the code. We thought about it intensely. Is there any possible way this is possible? And they asked him, like, what do you think? And he's like, well, it's my console. And they're like, and they didn't buy that, fortunately. A week later, he's like, hey, you know what? I made some mistakes. I hope you guys will accept me. Like, yeah, dude, sure. Then he disappears, makes a fake account for 3 months. Comes back, he's like, you know what, I spliced, but I'm going to apologize to you guys in private. And they're like, okay, you're fine, you're accepted. In fact, he has a position on the leaderboard. And then he disappears again, and probably has made another 10 split fake runs since then. We never figured out how I made fake runs. I'm not joking on that. I'm not making any of that up. That's not hyperbole. Not exaggerating on any of that, right? Poor little Pinkus, about a month ago, or about 2 weeks ago, he said I was exaggerating on that, and if it was not for them, and if I was the only person against Downtime Death, the whole leaderboard would have fake runs. Downtime Death would be exonerated, and I'm an idiot. That's what poor little Pinkus literally told me in public. I wonder why he said that in public. No, he actually told me that. Where it's like, wait a minute, I'm the only person that thought this was fake until there was hard evidence, and when he literally did this run, you guys all believed it was real. And you're telling me that because of me, because of you guys, he's not going around, and because of me, these runs were these runs. There would have been more of these runs somehow. Which I have text. That's an actual conversation. Like, how is that possible? That doesn't make any. But yeah, I mean, it's just. So when the next Link to Pass player starts splicing runs, I'm not gonna act surprised. I'm not act surprised because these guys do not give a shit about this game. They do not care about splicing runs. They do not care about speedrunning at all. This does not have any relevance to them. And believe me, none of them are going to talk about this Krystal thing. None of them. No, PLP said that. Oh, you say that makes zero sense, but I have text to prove it. And actually, he did another thing that was snake. He said, "You like shit talking me on Twitter, but you banned me on Twitter, man." He said that to me publicly, right? Publicly, he said, "You like trash talking me on Twitter, but you blocked me on Twitter, man. What's about that?" So I go to his Twitter. His Twitter was private. His Twitter was private, so it didn't matter if I blocked him. He can't respond to me anyway. If you respond to someone and your Twitter is private, I don't get the notification. I can't even see it. So I'm like, wait a minute. No, you're not. I didn't block you, but you're just trying to manipulate the situation. And he did that again. That was public, right? PLP has been doing this to me for over a year. It does not make sense to you from PLP because you've had a good relationship with him. I have had a horrible relationship with that person. I've had a relationship of him saying the exact opposite thing to multiple people, horrible things to everybody, being Downtime's best friend, the week later being his enemy, the week later being his friend, telling me I'm the problem. Like, he's the guy who specifically told me I'm the problem in the Link to Pass community. The Link to Pass community is fine. Downtime Death is fine. Downtime Death moves on years ago, even though every month he deletes his account and then makes a new account. And then streams Link to Pass. Do I have any allies? In the click? Because, I mean, I stream this game every day, and lots of good people watch me every day. The click? No, I don't think so, dude. I don't trust DMD, legitimately. Why don't I trust DMD? Because he's friends with Timon. He loves Downtime Death. DMD is one of the many people that love Downtime Death, loves watching Downtime Death, and doesn't care about the drama. And it's like, the hell, dude? Like, recent. Like, this is like a few months ago. Because every month, Downtime Death deletes his account, makes his new account. He's up right now, Sleepy Nick. When will he do a run? Wait. When will he do a run? When will he do a run? And then in the chat, who's going to be in the chat? Zelna, Blunt Bunny, random people that are always manipulated because most of these people don't know any of this shit. Most people that watch Link to the Past don't know any of this shit. Dark Mind Demon will be in there, I can guarantee you that. Oh, why do you think I started doing this, dude? Why do you think I'm streaming this right now? Because that's the thing. These guys were allowed to breathe for so long, and it's like, I actually don't like seeing this, guys. I don't like seeing people cheat on a game that I put thousands of hours into, and that I actually enjoy, and I enjoy the competition, and I enjoy new runners. You know, I'm probably the only Link to the Past player that actually likes new runners. That's why I'm doing this, because I think it needs to stop. And I think it needs to stop in the moderation. The cheaters you're not going to be able to expose, right? There will be another cheater. They will lie about it. They will go to an extreme measure to cheat. It has to start at the moderation. The moderation and the community needs to actually say, no, it's a problem, and you need to. There's strict rules. It needs to be banned. It needs to be not tolerated and not promoted. I mean, this is promoted. That's like promoted. Barnow, I really strongly think that you should take those beliefs, take them to heart, because I don't think I'm bad. I have a very jaded relationship with the majority of the Link to the Past community. I can't not tell you how many of these people will do things to get under my skin that cross the line, such as being Downtown Death's friend. When Timon randomly called me a psycho and a retard on Twitter, a week later he's Downtown Death's best friend. A week later he's moderated on the leaderboard. I mean, think about this. This is that's a thing. I made a video on it. I made a video on that, and what was I met with? I was met with hundreds of trolls criticizing me, saying I'm unjustified, I'm a terrible person. Pack, who watches Zelda and Blunt Bunny all the time. I wonder what's going on there. I get this all the time. It's not just the Link to the Past clique. It's the Link to the Past clique, their friends and their friends' friends, right? And they spent years making me look bad. That's what Ajneb. Why do you think what's my big problem with Ajneb? Because in 2013 or 2014, he was the guy who parsed together. He parsed together my Twitch stream, what I'm doing right now. He parsed it together and made me look like a very bad person. And then him and his clique, Blunt Bunny, Downtime Death, Zelna, Xanadux was in there, Waffle was in there. They spread these MP3s like wildfire to the Donkey Kong Country communities, right? They spread them to the what's his name? Super Metroid, obviously. JRP, that guy, all his friends, all these people, and it all started from that, right? And then it continued to get worse and worse and worse, and continually, what keeps happening? Every year, what happens? These people who are out to get me, it turns out they're splicing runs. Turns out they're motivated by things that are not related to the game. They stop playing the game. Turns out they're actually bad people, like Skrivo's, and they're horrible. Skrivo is one of the worst of these people. It's a social thing. And what keeps happening year after year? It turns out I'm more moralistic than all these people, and I can't keep sitting down. I can't do it. Like, if I call someone out like Krystal for splicing, that's a loss. That's a hard thing to do, and it's really bad if I'm wrong. It's really, and there's no way to prove it, right? And it's really bad if I'm wrong, but it's like, it can't keep happening. This can't go on. This cannot go on. It cannot go on. This is killing. It's just, I don't know if it's killing it, but it's like, how many speedrunners that play Link to the Past that refuse to join the community, refuse to play publicly because they hate the community, or they don't like the community, or they just don't agree with the community? There's so many. I've met a lot of them. It's just ridiculous. You're right, dude. I think you're completely right. I think that if you splice a run, last place, first place, fifth place, 10 years ago, it's fake. It's a fake. You're a cheater, and you need to be off the leaderboards. That's just the reality, But yeah, let's go back and watch it. So this firebat can't spawn. It's impossible. There's some videos. Glad Jonas, if you actually want referential. And notice how this bottom left guy that spawned, and then this one. Yeah, so this is the other way. That's not possible. If you actually want the like factual reasons or whatever, the technical know-how, DM me on Twitter, and then I will give you. It's really hard to find that stuff because the Link to the Past community went to every effort to make it very hard to find. Very hard to find. In fact, they deleted it for over a year. For over a year, there was no information at all about how finding his fake runs. So it's actually, but it's still very difficult to find, right? So I'll help you out with it. But in fact, it's not as difficult now that I started talking about it. A lot of it is because, honestly, a lot of this stuff is better because I start talking about it, which is another funny thing that Link to the Past community seems to ignore. Why did Zelna take down Downtime Death's time from the leaderboard after he put it back up? Why did he do that, right? So that's something that's ignored, right? I'll say Zelna put fake runs on leaderboard, and they say, well, he took him down, and then he unmodded himself. No, he only did that because I started complaining about it. The only reason he actually did that is because I started complaining about it. So that was actually an effect of me. Yeah. I actually had no idea who EXO was. I've never heard of him. Apparently, he had a lot of really good runs. Barnell, did you see what Tudas was saying earlier? How Billy's runs were all fake, and they're like finding proof of it like right now. Did you hear about that? And yeah, so the communities that the Link to the Past community never infiltrated me. They actually never got in the Super Mario World community because the Super Mario World community and the Link to the Past community were always really isolated. So they actually had no connection with the Super Mario World community. The Mega Man community, absolutely no connection. Most of the like Mario 64, very little connection. So a lot of the communities don't actually have that perceived bias against me, but they actually do have that perceived bias against me because what happens is it's just like it's just one of those things that like builds over time, you know. Which honestly it sucks, but I moved on. My solution to it was to tell them they're all fucking pussies, and it's been working pretty well. So yeah, Krystal's runs being fake. I don't know. I honestly, 6 hours ago I was 50-50. Now I'm like 95-5 right now. Like what the fuck? Get this shit out of here. There's just no way to prove it. You know, you can't prove it. But I don't actually need to prove it. All I need to do is campaign against it for as long as I play this game, which is forever. And then people will wake up. And actually make every run public. I'm going to make every run public. Every run of hers public so that people... And always put in the title, this is almost certainly a fake run. This person had a monopoly over this community for years. And quite possibly nearly destroyed it. I will say that. And everybody vouched for her for years, but there's just no absolute way this is legitimate. It makes no sense. Downtown Death still has... So his Master Sword run was removed. So yeah, Downtown Death, he spliced Link to the Past runs, yet they never removed his Master Sword run, or his GBA runs. They never removed his GBA runs. In fact, they never even told M-Chan that he was a splicer. So M-Chan verified Downtime Death's GBA runs in good conscience. He didn't know. He didn't even know that... He didn't even know they were spliced. He didn't know Downtime... This is like 6 months, a year almost after the initial splices. Because he just never knew, and nobody told M-Chan. And I had to tell M-Chan. I'm like, hey, you know, that guy actually spliced runs. And then he actually removed time. Like, thanks, dude. But why was it on there? A year and a half. Downtown still has runs on Speedrun.com. Like, how? This is Glad Jonas' favorite joke, actually. Moderated by down here, like, Pack, can you fix this? Can you please fix this, Pack? Every single time I ask Pack to fix this, he says, "Why do you hate this guy so much?" Or something like that. Or, "You're crazy, dude. Why do you hate him? What did he ever do to you?" Well, can you prove that's fake? Well, that's not Link to Past. Can you prove that's a fake run? Every single time I ask Pack, "Hey, what's going on? Why is this justified? Why is this allowed?" And he says, "Can you please not do that in all capitals? It's really hard for me to read. Can you please not shout at me and then we can come to a real conversation?" Every single time, that's what Pack will say, right? "Can you not make a 25-minute video yelling? Then I'll actually address your concerns." Like, dude, do you like this guy's fake runs on your website? Like, it's your website, dude. It's not my website. I trash talk your website 24/7 for this reason. It's not my website. Like, I don't even have an account on your website. But yeah, there's something like really crazy, really ludicrous in here. It's a lot of soft things, like, honestly. The funniest part, though, this is what the Link to Past community legitimately believed for a very long time. Yeah, I just can't make all this shit up. It's just ridiculous. This guy tweeted this on the 14th. This is the first tweet. "I'm PBing tonight. I can feel it in my dick." Later that day... Damn, so close. But still a great PB. This is a 29-second PB. Or like a 31-second PB. This was a month before he spliced his first run. A month and a half before he spliced his first run. I don't know about this one. I don't think this one's real. The Link to the Past community has completely discarded the idea that anything is fake beyond the 2 runs he made. I don't know what is going through your brain for that one. Oh yeah, no, that's not it. Where is it? Oh baby, this is it, guys. This is it. The blessed run, guys. You should viewing. Have you seen my movie on Downtime Death? Because that's probably the best example of I just go through everything the community has done. It's half on Downtime Death cheating. It's half on why is this community like his best friend. This is exactly what they did. They threw everything under the rug. I can show you the race. I can show you the race where they all raced with the webcam race. Oh, you watched it? It's in real. It's just like this runs plus 51 on a summer best. 51 seconds on a summer best, guys. Can you believe that? That's impossible. Dude, I'm waiting for the day someone thinks I cheated. I'm waiting for the day. I have so many questionable. I have such a questionable history. There's so many people that currently think I cheat. That did think I cheated. My 125.42, which had no audio. I turned it on, no audio. I turned it off as a PB. It was a 30-second PB, and I was AFK for 3 days before that. Everybody thinks that's fake, right? I think that's part of the reason I get no viewers is because everybody thinks I do this fake. Yeah. I actually never like processed that. That's the thing. I never like realized. Wait a minute. Yeah, the boss rush thing is hilarious. I never realized. I'm starting to like. Oh yeah, that's interesting. People do think the things I do are fake. Well, that's not why I do this, right? And actually, the thing is, Krystal's a very good example. Apparently, being legitimate or not has absolutely no valid. It has nothing to do with whether people believe you're legitimate or not, right? Those two things do not agree with each other. They do not line up with each other. So, I don't think it's that big of a deal. This one has like no errors. It has no errors. He just wanted to prove that it's possible. You really can get this good of a run. I just wanted to prove that I could do it, you know? Oh no, that it's possible. That somebody could do it. I'm probably putting the stream on my YouTube, by the way. It's like a 4-hour stream. This is gold. A 4-hour video ripping on Krystal, Downtime Death, Ellarice. Oh, baby. This is gold. I will say this though. Dark Mind Demon is subscribed to me, even though Beheld bought his subscription. That's a very good start. It's a very good sign. It's a very good case for him. I will say that much. This is a good one. This is a very good stream. I gotta go to bed soon. I'm going to bed probably like, I don't know. I'm having too much fun. Like, this is my favorite thing to stream. Trash talking shitters. I went into Krystal Zone because Krystal Zone was doing the boss rush updated like a week ago. I go into a stream and I was like, is this an anniversary of the or is this an homage to the epic Downtime Death versus Krystal Zone boss rush race of March 18th, 2016, or March 13th or something? I think it was on the 18th. I think it's the 18th. And he's like, you know everything about Link Pass, don't you? Or it's like, why do you? He said something like that. Or, I don't know. There was. I had no audio. I don't know what the hell he said. The funniest part of the whole thing is Downtime Death lost the race because he couldn't kill Ganon. He could not kill Ganon. He's already forfeit and he lost the race. He's like try number 8 and just gave up. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? I made an error. I think he bumped in Meyer. That's the one error he made. Yeah. Did you see that? Krystal can't do it. Krystal can't do it. There's no audio. That's my favorite part. The 100% thing is just the worst. That's the worst. Actually, now that you say it, we could go back to watching Krystal's shitty runs. This is a good one. Again, notice the text goes away and then she starts to run. Every run is like that. Every single run on this day was like that. Does that mean anything? I don't know. And none of them had credits. Actually, no, this one has credits. She took no damage on this run, by the way. One attempt. This is not safe at all. Honest to God, ask Zelda, do you think Krystal's runs are real? I don't think he does. I don't think he does. Yeah, no, this is so... Oh, that's safe, dude. Oh, yeah, this is real. Oh, it's fine. No, there's no issue with this. It's low percent. They don't have the boomerang. The bat hits you, that's over. It goes right sometimes. I don't know why. You can't get hit in this room. That's what it is sometimes. I actually did this in a run because I failed the skip 4 times, so I know how it's pretty funny. Come on, dude. You actually don't need a slasher at all. That's the one thing that's actually safe. Did you see that right there? This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Where we've seen some ridiculous stuff right now, but why you can't hold diagonal? Hold on. Cut. You just can't hold diagonal right here. You gotta go up. Actually, that's not too bad. I might be wrong on that one. I might be wrong on that one. Because that's something I need to look at my, like, I need to practice. It's stuff like this. Like, why are you walking over? This, I don't understand this. There's no reason. You can literally press up and then press right. 100% safe. Same deal. There's absolutely no reason to go this far right and slash. Absolutely none. None. If it's because she has very low control over Link, this is not possible. This one's not possible. This is bogus. This is the Elder Ice. We're looking at Elder Ice playing right now. That's fine. Give me something good. Give me something good. I know you made these for fun, Krystal. Give me something really funny. Something interesting. Why else did he make this, Krystal? You know, give me some I want to watch. You know, I want to laugh at. The downtime death strat, actually. That's actually faster, but you want to go more diagonal to the key pot. Again, why going too far left? It doesn't make sense to me because this is basic stuff. Press up. You should press up right here. You lose 2 frames or 3 frames or something. Worst case, you press up right here. You should never go past the door. You can't seriously think that's too difficult. This is not strat's not safe. Okay, because that strat's not safe. Nice. I'm fucking cheesy, dude. This is a lot more entertaining than Elder Ice, though, I will admit. Elder Ice task is fucking garbage, dude. I don't want to watch that shit. He had like 3 cool things in the whole task. Like, what the hell are you doing, dude? If you're gonna make a fake run, at least make it cool. Yeah, let's look at Death Mountain. I can't wait for this. I cannot wait for Death Mountain. So this is another thing that really makes absolutely no sense to me. Why are you so high? Alright, later, dude. Yeah, I'm going to bed real quick, too, so you're not really going to miss out. Oh, she goes to the cave. She just couldn't get away with not going to the cave. It's too unbelievable. So if she actually did this strategy on her normal Moldarms, it'd be quicker. Oh, that was retarded. She'd actually save time on her PB. She just did. Oh no! How did we get played? How did we get played by this shit? Honestly, I feel so stupid. I feel so fucking stupid. I feel retarded. Like, legitimately, I feel retarded. Look at this shit. Oh, that's legitimately. You see this shit? Do you see this shit? Tell me. I want the naysayers. I want the naysayers. The people who actually think your runs are real. Tell me this is real. And I want somebody to clip that because that's going to my Twitter. Please tell me this is real. Alright, put that clip and link in the chat because I gotta put it on my Twitter. I'll just find the fucking link. Naysayers, the people who actually think your runs are real. Tell me this is real. And I want somebody to clip that because that's going to my Twitter. Please tell me this is real. That's exactly what I wanted to see. This is probably funny too.
They were all bad.
Nice. Oh, this is my mimics, dude. I fire mimics. Look at these. This is real gameplay, guys. Oh, that's real. That's fucking real, guys. I can show you that in real time. I can't show you this garbage. Alright, we're just going with brainwash fucking clip. Naysayers, the people who actually think your runs are real. It's so funny, dude. Yeah, I hear you. Do you guys know how I'm going to destroy Krystal? It's not by proving her run is fake. You can't prove a run is fake. There's no mistakes, right? No, I'm going to do that clip 1,000 times because that's fucking hilarious, and it's so hard. It's so hard to deny. It's so hard. Look at Savage Pony Future Man. Look at this. Abstruse Savage Pony Future Man. That's fact, dude. Tell me this run is real. Brutal, dude. That's a bomb right there, dude. That's a bomb. I gotta watch this again. Naysayers, the people who actually think your runs are real. Tell me this is real. And I want somebody to clip that because that's going to my Twitter. Please tell me this is real. We'll get the other one too. We'll get the other one too. The other one is better. The beginning. Don't look at my notifications, guys. The fuck, dude? If we're already getting feats like this, you guys gotta look at this fucking clip. Look at this clip. If we're already getting feats like this on the second chapter, like the 8th chapter, I actually think that's a really good sign. Like, I actually like this manga. I just don't. I think they're gonna axe it. That's a fucking clip, dude. Why is this a clip? What the hell is that? I swear half my clips are just like random, like accidents. Oh, I'll show you. It's fucking hilarious. Look at this shit. Oh, it's the whole run. It's the whole everything is fake. It's all fake. Look at this shit. Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? Yeah, it was fucking hilarious. This is a max distance walk over the hole. Max distance. Does it go even farther out? This is frame perfect, intentional walk over the hole. Minus 45 on a no damage run at Moldorm. Do you think it's worth it to go max distance? Do you guys think this is something that a smart speedrunner would do? I mean, it seems legit to me, right? She's the ultimate beta gamer. Yeah, it is. And she banked on the fact that no one would disagree with her. There was a dash in Thieves that was like blatantly impossible. she cat. I bet a lot of people knew. I think Oddity knows. On the Moldorm, there's nothing wrong with the run. That's the kind of the problem. Everything's like technically accurate. No, yeah, it's a square. Your spin hitbox is a square. It's a gigantic square around you. So that's totally. I do that all the time actually. What I don't do is hammer late on a pot and lose frames for absolutely no reason. You can hammer the pot. Literally right here you can hammer the pot, right? But instead she walks to the pot, sits on the pot for a little bit, then hammers it. No benefit. You can do these unbelievable. You can literally do a frame perfect near jump off into a hole, frame perfect on a whim after killing Moldorm, but you can't properly hammer a pot. I mean, does that make any sense? Yeah, no, it's fake. It's all fake. This was tasked for fun, for entertainment. It's a sick joke that nobody believes this shit. And honestly, who's to blame? Me. Primarily me and Jaden. You know, and I think that's why we're so against this shit, because we are the ones who ate it the most. MBD, I don't think he counts because he's, and maybe he did when he played the game, but what the fuck did he know? Let's check Skullwoods. I got blind. Ah, it's so obvious, dude. You know, you could just do blind normal. If you just do blind normal, you're fine. I play Mario World, dude. I have it at 125. Yeah, if you just do blind the normal way, you don't lose like 2 seconds, and it's actually way safer. So this whole she's playing safe myth is a myth. Yeah, I agree, and I think MBD and Oddity and a lot of these people are like, wait, I don't trust these people anymore. Not that I really did. And this is another thing where it's just like, if you bonk, you get hit by the beetle. That's a 2-frame window. You'll go for that, but come on. The hammering the pot, the 9-frame window on hammering the pot is impossible, of course. Of course. Oh, what is this garbage shit? How do you believe this crap? Again, of course. Of course. A perfect link. A perfect link. Yeah, it wasn't perfect. It wasn't a frame perfect link. That's actually pretty dope. They fire on. This is what I'm saying. This is what she would do. You just play. You do play in real time, right? So you don't need good movement. So what happens is, right before you die, you make a save state, and then you can do whatever the fuck you want to do, right? So that's what this fire art is, and it's like. Let's chat cold stare, you know. I went Argus, right? This fight sucks. Yeah, so this is always neat. Fun little factoid. This is the item dash. This is the cane dash. So the reason you do this actually is because if you do this room perfectly, you get hit by the bullet as you dash down. So what I do, which is much smarter, this is an item dash. It's just like stupid. What I do is actually slower too. Place the block on the left, walk to the right, and then just don't dash for like 2 frames. It's fucking like there's no reason to item dash. But that way the bullet won't hit it. It's just for swag. It's just cool. It's cool. You had virgins online to like suck your dick. You know. I'm sure this is gonna be a good fight. Not that good. I've actually never seen that before. The arrows in the fucking... I have never seen this before. I did not know that was the other thing. That's probably because I don't usually kill the blue guy like that. Yeah, I always thought this was ridiculous. I guess never mind. This is something she kind of fucked up on. You should pull the hammer out and go for early cold stare. Like, there's really no argument against that. That's neat. I never knew that. This is Downtime Death, the movie. This is what fucking Downtime Death fake runs look like. I will say, I'm glad Zelda actually did a legitimate no damage run. The 137.20, that's pretty good. I honestly think Zelda believes Krystal was cheating for a long time and just, you know, didn't care or something. I'm not really sure. I don't know. Maybe he's just global or something. Because he believes Down to Death was like a godsend to Link to Pass. Maybe the Marble Blast community is a lot less shitty than the speedrun community. That'd be nice. Yeah, you actually can get hit on laser skip. Because sometimes when you dash through the beetle, it'll stay on you, and you just get hit. There's nothing you can do about it. So that I would not really not recommend doing that strat. And if you ever did attempt this, it's a really bad idea. So that's something that I really don't. That's not even smart. It barely saves time. It's like you're looking at like a. I mean, she's playing pretty safe. You would play not do that. Also, behind Trinex is a must. Did you guys see that? This is what I'm talking about. This is tasked, or it's edited, like, obviously. Did you see that in real time? Yeah, better mimics than her PB. Huh. Like, that's not safe at all. Like, what the hell? That's not even remotely close to safe. That's a terrible strat, too. I don't know what the hell you're thinking. There's other better known strats at the time. This... Okay, this isn't too bad. This is fine. Obviously, fine. You should ignore it. Why you have the arrows, I don't know. That's interesting to go left. Didn't she say so? Amen, dude. Amen. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think the real scam is why do people believe this shit? You know? I mean, Elderice did this. Nobody believed it. Elderice did this. He literally did this. I can show you. I can show you. I showed earlier in the stream how Elderice made a fake run, almost identical to this. Tried passing it off as a real thing, and people now said no, it's bullshit. Almost identical. Why did this go unchallenged for 4 years? I don't know. She had more clout than Elderice. What is it? This doesn't mean anything. You know? What does that mean? I hope people challenge me and say, no, they're real. I really hope they do. I really hope people do. I would just do the bonks throughout in that room, considering it's guaranteed safe. Something that at least this you don't see in this is going super slow in rooms is often a bad idea. Also, you can just go above Moldorm there and then spin. Yeah, so that spin right there, that's completely normal in the code of the game. It's just obviously it's fake. And actually, you maybe she threw that in for fun because what you would do in here 99% of the time and off the menu is go up and then right, and it would work. You can't get hit. But instead she didn't do that, so she opted for something like this. Which actually you can hit it before that too. I know it's no damage, but it's not even real. Like I think she bonked you again. No. I actually found a consistent way to do that dash. If you stand south, you actually get a triple there. And it's guaranteed save. I guess if you spin early, you're fucked. This isn't safe at all. What the hell? Yeah, this is... Okay, it's not too risky, but if that's a blue ball, you're fucked. Yeah, no, you guys gotta realize, like, oh, this is... She's just playing safe, you know? But how is this safe? Okay, that wasn't... That's not safe. That's not... That's risky as hell. You know? Low percent gain is actually really fun, and the low percent setups for phase 1 and 2, they're really cool actually. I would like, really, if you liked low percent, that's like one of the best parts of the run. It's all fake, dude. It's all fake. Why spawn fire bats? I don't understand. We might find out. No, we didn't find out. That's the one. That's so if you press B and A on the same frame, you slash and do an item at the same frame. So if you do a lamp, it's a little free because you can lamp and then slash. She didn't do that. That was in fact a same frame input, which is not safe. There's no degree of safety here. In fact, we could probably prove that it's lamp. Okay, so she lamped and then slashed significantly after. It just looked like the same frame. Okay, yeah, you can see it. She did it after. Her Ganon is legitimately bad. She's never actually had a good Ganon, except for her PV, which was obviously fake. But almost every other run she does, her Ganon is insanely bad. That's another thing I've always wondered. Why is her Ganon so bad? And we're not talking like unfortunate, we're not talking like safe variants, we're talking about old meta. It's legitimately just bad. I never understood that. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing in this fight? This is atrocious. Yeah, if you guys did not see this earlier on Mulder, this shit is so fucking ridiculous. This is a frame perfect hover walk over hole. This is one pixel from falling, intentional, no reason. I can't tell. After Mulder's cleanly dead, I mean, there's no sense of safety. It's like cleanly after he's dead. And I'll show you again how it actually is one frame. Look at this. Look how close she gets. This is how close she gets. One pixel left and you fall. And you don't think this is task? You think this is real? People really think it's real? I am. I'm not buying it. Anyway, because I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching. It's gonna be a very fun week. It's gonna be a very fun several weeks. I can guarantee you that. It's going to be very interesting. Make sure to follow me and make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you guys later. And I don't know if Krystal has anything. I don't really play these games where it's like give the splicers a chance to give the splicers a chance to, you know, say their side. I don't really play this game. I just kind of hit him hard. So if Krystal ever says anything, great. But as far as I'm concerned, it's game over. So I'll see you guys later.